Hello, Slicey Dicers. This is Brian with another knife video for you today. We have another installment of There Can Be Only One. I've done one of these videos before. Actually, I've done the same video twice before. I'd said there can be only one of my entire collection. It was mostly very high-end knives. This is There Can Be Only One user. So these aren't cheap knives. They're not beaters. I'm going to do another video with There Can Be Only One beater. But beater I consider to be more of a budget knife. These aren't quite beaters, but they're ones that I would use all the time and not think about. Something you just grab, throw in your pocket. Whatever the day may bring, it will be fine. I have some beaters that I know if I'm going to go out and do something stupid, I get an inexpensive one that I know can handle it. That'll be more what the beater video is about. But these are users. I've narrowed it down to 10. What am I looking for in these? What do I qualify as a user? Well, for me, premium steel. Doesn't have to be anything super crazy, but something S35 VN, and up, something like that, whatever hierarchy you put them on. Has to be not super expensive. The most expensive knife on here is $295, but again, these aren't budget knives, but there's nothing too crazy price-wise on them. Has to have excellent ergos, because these are knives that I plan on using, so I want them to be comfortable in my hand. Has to carry fairly well. It doesn't have to be like a complete, tiny little disappear in your pocket EDC knife, but it has to carry fairly well and has to be reliable. Has to be something that I know ain't gonna break on me. So what do we have here? I narrowed it down to 10 just so this video wasn't, half an hour long, because I'm gonna decide these live. I have not picked a winner. The last times I've done this, the last 2 times, what won was not what I expected. So I'm just gonna pick them up. You make different decisions when you have them side by side. You think you know in your head which one it's going to be, but it often isn't. So what do I have here? Microtech Ultratech, the first of 3 Spydercos. I tried not to have 3 Spydercos, but I'm just being honest with myself. This is just from my collection, not from all knives available in the world. But yeah, put down in your comments down below what yours would be. But this is just from my collection. So there are 3 Spydercos on here. We have the Paramilitary 2 in Maximat. We have the Cold Steel American Lawman. We have another automatic, the ProTech Rockeye. I've really been in on automatics lately, so I got 2 of them on here. We have the Benchmade Super Freak, the Spyderco Sage 1 Maximat. We have the Southern Grind Spider Monkey, the Spyderco Manix 2 Lightweight Maximat, but it could be any of the Manix 2 lightweights, honestly. Any of the higher end steel ones anyway. And the Cold Steel 8010 and the Zero Tolerance 0562 tie. So I'm just going to go through, eliminate them one by one, and tell you guys why. First elimination I have kind of had in my head because I've been laying out knives and making notes and all this stuff, so I did kind of know what was going to go first, and that's going to be the Ultratech. I love it. It's the most expensive knife here. That's not why it's going away. It's $295. This is the Tanto version of M390. I love it, and I think for an OTF that you're actually going to EDC, this is a really good choice. This or the slightly smaller UTX 85. But at the end of the day, it's an OTF. There's this scary factor. I don't really care that much about that, but I don't want to get stuff down in it. Who knows what the day is going to bring. And this is a user you're going to take out and use and use and use. And I do use this a lot, but I cut stuff in the kitchen sometimes, and I like food and stuff. And I know that when this is in my pocket, I grab another knife because I don't want to get gunk, down inside it. So that's the only reason it's going. Ergos for an OTF are great. It carries awesome for anything, not just for an OTF. It's a really easy knife to carry. The blade is awesome. It's M390. It's great, but yeah, it's going to be the first one out. Second, I have not thought about this at all. Is this Spider Monkey? Yeah, I'm probably going to say the Spider Monkey. The Spider Monkey is a very reliable knife. Runs on bronze washers, so nails that reliability factor. S35 VN. Pretty good S35 VN, so the steel is fine. The ergos, it's not small, but it is kind of on the edge of it. And I did use this in the winter once with gloves on, and it felt kind of small. Yeah, I think I'm going to get rid of it just solely based on that. This one is very well broken in. The action is outstanding. Yeah, I think Bass just done that. Oh, and before anybody asked, it's a TRM clip that's on here instead of the stock clip. That's another reason why the stock clip is all right, but it's not amazing. And it took some fiddling to get that one on there, but yeah. Yeah, I'm going to say that the Spider Monkey is the next. By the way, these are $220, and Southern Grind just got bought by a pretty large firearm company, so who knows what's going to happen there. So if you want one of these, you might want to get one, because who knows what's going to happen. Next up, what goes next? What goes next? In these early categories, you're being really nitpicky, but yeah. I'm going to say the Mannix 2 Lightweight. I love the Mannix 2 Lightweight. I have two of them. I'm actually maybe ordering a third one in the Spy 27, but this is the Max Met one, which I like. This is $210, but you can get the base one for $100. The Spy 27 one, which is probably going to be the sweet spots, $140. Love it. Love the ergos. Eliminating it now because it does feel a bit cheap, and it's pinned construction. I hear maybe that's changing, but currently they're still all pinned construction. That's kind of annoying. So if it does get gunked up, it's going to be really hard to, you can't take it apart, basically. You can drill it out, and somebody makes a bolt kit for it. I think OCD for EDC had a video about it, but that's a lot of effort. Yeah, gotta go with this one next. If I owned a G10 Mannix 2, like the S110V1, it probably would last longer. But again, this is just my collection, so this one's going. But this is almost in a beater category for me, I think, even though it's Max Met. I think I treat this more like a beater than I do a quote-unquote user, which, trust me, in my head there's a difference. And I have a BD1 version of that the Mannix 2 Lightweight, which is absolutely a beater. It'll probably be in the best beater video. Now, next up, let's eliminate like one more, and then we can consolidate these all into one line, I think. I think I skipped over this in the introduction. Did I mention this one? I might have skipped over it. I'm not going back and refilming it. I can tell you that. I've already refilmed the intro a couple times. This is the ProTech Rock Eye. It is not quite available yet. It's going to be about $200. Well, it's available. I know that dealers have ordered them. I don't know if they've gotten them yet. S35 VN, side opening automatic. Yeah, it's going to be about $200. Don't know exactly. Awesome, awesome, awesome user as far as ergos. S35 VN steel. Very tough, well-built knife. Not worried at all about anything happening to it. But it is an auto, and it is a little thick behind the edge. So yeah, I guess I'm getting rid of this one. Really like it though, and I do carry it a ton. But I really don't want to get rid of this one so early, but I guess I am. Now we're gonna line them up and see what next. I'm gonna go with the Paramilitary 2. I like the Paramilitary 2. I've never loved the Paramilitary 2. Again, this is the Max Met one, so this one is, I don't remember the price on this one, honestly, I didn't look it up, but they start at like $130 in the S30V. Yeah, I've never loved the PM2. I know it's great, but you're not getting much blade length for how big it is. I actually prefer the G10 Max, or the G10 Mannix instead of the G10 PM2, but yeah, so I love the compression lock. It's a lot of fun. It's a very reliable lock. PM2s are awesome, and I get why people love them, but it's just never been, I've never disliked them, but I've never loved them. So that one's gone. So we're halfway through. What next? I gotta get rid of the 8010. It's just too big. The 8010, you're looking at, it's a very odd price right now, about $190 most places, but on Amazon they're $118 at the time that I'm putting this up, which is, what is it, the 8th. of 8th of April 2021. So they'll be gone probably by the time anybody watches this video anytime in the future. But right now, yeah, go on Amazon. They're $118. Don't know why. Awesome Demco design. It's just too big. It's, you know, it's 35 yen. It's a great knife at the 190. It's amazing at 118. Go buy one. But yeah, it's just too big. It's just too big to really be the only one user that I have. This is one that I take out and just do stupid stuff with, but I do carry it a fair bit. But oh, next up, we're down to 4. I hate to get rid of 2 cold steels in a row, but I think I'm gonna get rid of the American Lawman. This is an older XHP one. They're S35VN now, but I do love a lot about it. The ergos are really good. This is a hollow grind, so it's super slicey, but the full flat grind ones aren't that bad either. I don't know. I just don't find myself compelled to carry this a lot, even though it's a really great EDC. They're about 95 bucks too. Great price. But yeah, I just don't find myself compelled to carry it, and I don't know why. Maybe it's because it's so thin. It feels really good in the hand, but it does feel really thin. Maybe it's just, even though it's probably the toughest, it's definitely one of the toughest locks. The only one tougher is the 8010, and it's the same kind of lock, but it's thicker. It just doesn't feel as rugged as the 3 that are left. Maybe that's why. I don't know. But the American Lawman is the next one gone. And yes, I'm always going to sing that name and have to look back through videos to find out why. Down to 3. And then there were 3. I'm going to get rid of one that actually inspired me to make this video. This is the Sage 1 Maximat, 206 bucks. I love it. And one of the reasons why it inspired me to make the video was I called it in I think I called it in the title of the video, best EDC question mark. And somebody asked me if I still felt that way, and I was like, well, yeah, I think I do. And I still stand by that. It's a great EDC, but if I have to do really hardcore stuff, it's just not quite enough knife. It's fairly small. It's a 3-inch blade. Still outlasted all the other Spydercos, but I love the ergos on this. They're just so fantastic. It doesn't feel like a knife as small as it is, but you're going to notice that lack of blade length. So we're down to my trusty old 0562 tie and the Benchmade Super Freak. No surprise that the 0562 tie is on here, because I love me some hinderers, and this is a hinderer design. And then I've said nothing but good things about the Super Freak. It's funny, the Super Freak actually lost in a battle to the death against the Hogue Ritter RSK Mark 1-G2, and I stand by that. It should have, because just value-wise, the Hogue was a better value, and that's what clinched it for the Hogue. But I didn't keep the Hogue, and I kept this, so obviously I personally enjoy that better. Sometimes Battle to the Death winners aren't my personal favorites. They're the ones that I just think most people would find to be their favorite. Which one of these? This is where you gotta really fondle them and decide which one. I like having that axis lock, but I know there's gonna be a chorus of the Omega Springs break. Well, I've never broken one, and I don't know. In my experience of 3 years of doing this and people making complaints about everybody in the comment section, I've become like the complaint box for the knife world, especially for Benchmade. It seems like you either break Omega Springs or you don't. It seems like everybody who's broken them has broken several, and then there's those of us who've owned, God, I probably owned 30 or 40 Benchmades. Honestly, have they gone through really hardcore use? No. But I've never broken one, and I don't think it's the hardcore use where they break. It seems like fidgety people break them, but I fidget with mine all the time, and I've just never broken one. And I've had this one for quite a while, and it's by far my most carried Benchmade that I own, and it's fine. So I'm not really worried about the lock on it. And then the 0562 tie, there was that guy a while ago who said, oh, if you spine thwack it, the blade will close. It doesn't do that. And B, don't do that. Yeah, I showed on video, banging it against a block of wood, I can't make the lock fail. So both of them, I guess, have their lock concerns amongst the internet knife community. So that's a wash. 20 CV versus M4. This is going to be easier to sharpen. But it's not as good a slicer. This is lighter. Both have deep carry clips, so that's a wash too. Somebody's getting their trash picked up outside. I'm not going to throw whichever one of these loses in that trash truck. And I'm not starting this video over again because I can't, because it's supposed to be a live reaction kind of thing. So we're just going to have to deal with the beeping. I don't like the coated blade, but that's more of an aesthetic thing. And this hasn't gotten hardcore used, but it's gotten used, and it's not scratched up, so it holds up pretty good. It's first production, if you care about that. I don't. I like the looks of this better. Man, I don't know. This is a tough one. 280 versus 195. So there's a difference in price. God, I wish that beeping would stop. I'll finish this video up and then it'll stop. I'm going to go with the Super Freak. There we go. See? I make a decision and the beeping stops. I have magical powers. Now watch. You guys won't even be able to hear that truck reverse beeping and wonder what the hell I'm talking about. But just the ergos on this. Yeah, I think if there could be only one real user with cost somewhat of an object. Yeah, I gotta go Super Freak. Really wish they'd do it in an uncoated blade, but that's never gonna happen with Benchmade. But yeah, I gotta go Super Freak by the narrowest of margins. I'd be perfectly happy to do a 560 tie. This just cuts a little bit better, and the ergos are just a little bit better. M4 steel's a little harder to sharpen, but it's not that big a deal. It just takes a while. It's still not super hard. Just have diamonds and it'll be fine. You probably should have diamonds for 20 CV as well. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this. That is my genuine, honest, there can be only one user. This is probably the hardest to define category that wasn't going to do. The beater one will be easy. We'll do that. And then, I don't know, we'll come up with some other ones. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this. I've been Brian. Have a good one.